Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations be to the hopeful elect and who is in the gospel abroad, living up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. It's Akim Mahaloya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. I was watching this video, the live stream from the apostles last night, man, and this was a damn good stream. You know, they went 3 hours and 26 minutes on 9 seconds, and it was on point, fire from head to from beginning to end. But and the 1 hour mark, and slightly before that, and it was a couple of minutes for it, he made a statement, man, about the elders at the One West, man, how they had some type of he said something about King Masha. He said something about how he was taking like a particular trip. I can't remember, but he said, man, I ain't getting the truth to take no motherfucking trips and none of that. He made a statement. Basically, he said, I come here to fucking work, man. He said that I come to the truth to fucking work. He said within 3 months of him coming into the truth, he was out there teaching. And in 1 year, he had a 50-man camp. And upon his first years in the truth, he said he was going to the school 7 days a week, man. And you look at that, that's extreme diligence, man. That's straight diligence, that's dedication, and that shows you this man's love for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Like, you can't really fathom that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, if you're a leader, or you're a leader or a head of something, you expect your men to come in the same spirit that you come, even if they don't necessarily perform to the standards you perform, because everybody is given a different measure of the spirit. Really is your mindset on how bad you want this thing, man. So just listening to this video, and when he made that statement, I was like, wow, this man really loves the Lord. He's really put it on the line for the Most High. All right. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, man, when you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, you going all in, man. Okay. And it's the mindset we got to have towards this truth, because I received a message, and it was like, well, wow, like, you're extra diligent. You even doing the work on your day off. And back in my mind, I'm like, well, shit, there's really no days off. I just choose to take a day to kind of give my mind a reconnect, because consuming too much honey, this truth will overwhelm you, man. Like, it refers to this truth as being rivers or floods of living water, like a stream constantly going. And hey, you can't swim upstream. And eventually, if you swim it downstream, eventually you get fatigued. You might have to branch out to the side of a dock or a bank to kind of, get your momentum back. So, there's really no days off in this truth, okay? It's not like a Monday through Friday thing. Some brothers just have their balance on when they go and when they don't, And my regiment is pretty much, I go through all out the week. The spirit hop on me like on a Sunday or something to do a show or two. Then I'll do it, if the spirit hits. But that's usually the day that I try to get my mind back acclimated and realigned to go back and do the work again throughout the week. But really, there's no days off, okay? And when he said that statement, when he said that he was at the school 7 days a week, he said, I didn't come to this motherfucker to take breaks. He said, I came in this thing to work, man. And he used Apostle Paul as an example of how he was fervent in the spirit. Okay, when you go into fervent, it means to be extremely passionate, or to be hot or on fire. Okay, so you got to understand this too. And I always make the statement that the Lord is not going to half-ass deliver us. You see, he's not going to half-ass deliver the elect. Okay, the Lord is going to show out. Okay, so we must show the utmost diligence in this truth. And like I said, I know other brothers' diligence is different from others, but it's just your mindset. How fervent are you towards this truth? How do you feel about the Lord? Because I'm like, yeah, this man loves Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, without a doubt. And I see why the Most High has blessed these men with the fruit they have, with the organization that they have, with the type of order and structure. I see why. You know what I'm saying? And it really dawned on me. I'm like, wow, these men went through it. They went through the ups and downs. They went through, the splits. They went through, niggas demonized, all types of stuff, man. So, we have to be actually pretty grateful to have good teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because look, we can be like Nate, we can be like Johanna, we can be like this guy, Sakari. Motherfuckers in Sakari committing suicide, man. Motherfuckers is in a coma. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers took that, fuck what, 10 to 12 of them up, man. So we can easily be in that predicament. We could have easily been in the predicament of Cesariot saying, well, I'm going to go down there and take, you know what, because I don't want my people to be afraid. If we had leaders like that, we'd be through, okay? Like my man, Elder Yashua, he says that's a through camp, man. You know, they have a unity camp. He said that shit is a through camp, man. Because them niggas is done, all right? They're finished. So call Halaw how about you, Yahweh Shai, for having leaders to set the example. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to set the example, so therefore your men can follow it, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful, man. But I'm going to play a couple of minutes of the sound bite, and I'm going to go right into the scriptures. And, you know, that's going to be that. So anyway, here we go.
Besides the king, he's going to show you terrors, man. He's going to show you terrors on that day.
That's when a lot of guys going to want to get in the game, you know. At 10 times, that's when.
Hey, you brothers
10 times.
You brothers that are wondering what the hell is going on, trying to scratching your head, trying to figure out what this motherfucker's all about. The scripture say, the Lord comes. What's the quote? At least not.
When he's not
when he's not aware of and cut
give me that,
and cut that.
Cut him asunder.
Yeah.
Cut him asunder. Yep. He comes at the hour when you think not.
Yep.
Well, guess what? The Lord ain't coming as a thief to me, because you know what? I'm watching every goddamn day.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't do a video, man.
Right, so he said that's a day that goes by that he don't do a video. Or if he missed a day, he said, then I'm doing 3 motherfucking videos, man. And that's the spirit you gotta have. You see what I'm saying? That's that diligence. And I know every brother is not gonna be able to have that particular time. Brothers have different lives, you know, free time. Brothers got children, but for brothers that don't have really children around them, for real, you know, or any distractions, it really shouldn't be any excuse. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, you work like, you know, me, I work mornings and get off in afternoons and stuff like that. I don't know. So what I used to do, I do my shows when I have downtime at work. That way I can do it in, because honestly, time management is everything. Even in its truth, time management is everything. And if you ever ran a business, or if you ever know anything about business or ethics, you know time management is key to being successful in some cases. All right, so you have to learn how to structure your day, but also fit this truth into it, man. That way it can be balanced. You ain't got to burn yourself out either. Because we're not saying, oh, go and burn yourself out. No, you know your limits, you're men. But do what's sufficient for you. What's sufficient for you? You know what I'm saying? If you can do more, then do more. You know?
And if I don't do a video on a Monday, I'm going to do 3 on a goddamn Tuesday, man.
Yeah, that's right. I got a quick research.
And I don't look at this thing, even if you come out here, even if you're diligent, but you really don't want to do it in your heart, the Most High ain't dealing with you, man.
Okay.
Give me that too. And first...
And that's a good point, because let's say if you miss a camp, let's say if you couldn't make it to a camp for whatever reason, you know, it was time constraints or something happened, then you just double up next week, man. You know what I'm saying? You just double up. You keep your same days. You go out and then you just add an extra day in there. You double up, man. It's not that goddamn hard. You got guys, man, that don't even go out in the wintertime. You know, and last winter wasn't even really that bad, like the latter half, but that was a 2-week thing, man. You know? You got guys that's coming out only in the spring and summer when it looks nice, man. You're supposed to be out there all winter doing the work in the cold. You know, in the rain, sleet, and snow. And be smart, you know, improvise, do certain things. If you know it's gonna be cold, nigga, get hand warmers, get feet warmers. Take breaks, watch out, go sit in the car for a minute, man. You know, it's ways around it, man, you know? So it's no excuse. So it's no days off. That's the name of this lesson. There is no days off, period. And you know what I've been noticing too? Some guys that comment, man, and you know, sometimes they haven't put up a video in 6 months, man. You know, I'm like, what's up with that shit? You know, you ain't put up a video in 6 months, then hey, what are you doing? What have you been doing with your time? Now I do understand that, you know, pages get shut down. Should I lose a page every goddamn month? I've lost like 10 pages so far, man. But what you do, you set up another account and you set up another page. Like I'm on my last leg on damn near all my pages, you know? So you just set up more and you keep going. But you guys, man, that's been sitting around, man, and ain't been doing the work. You 6 months, you ain't put a fucking video up. Hey, man, the Lord ain't dealing with you. Period, man. And you better get your act together. You better pray to the Most High to put a fervent spirit on your ass, man. Because, hey, we in crunch time now. You know, because that's Jake. What Jake do, Jake can see shit happening, and then when they come back, they try to fucking act like they never left, man. All of a sudden now I want to get to asking questions. Look, man, go to the sellers and buy, man.
1 Corinthians 9
All right.
and around about the 9th verse.
You got that one second? No, I don't.
People be talking shit about the
1
Apostle
Corinthians
Paul.
9 and 9.
People be talking shit about the Apostle Paul. That's the example of the follow. The Apostle
1
Paul.
Corinthians 9 and 9. 9 and
Give me one time that the Apostle Paul took a break. He never took a break. He never, you know when it's time to take a break? When you're in the kingdom, man.
Sit.
You got no argument with Barnabas
He got in an argument with Barnabas
over Mark.
About Mark.
over John Mark about them going back and teaching the people. And Barnabas wanted Mark to come.
go, yeah.
And Paul said, nah, he ain't coming because he didn't come the first time.
Right,
He did
right.
the work.
Yep.
So it said the contention got so deep that they went so sharp that they went separate ways.
Separate ways, yeah.
Because the Apostle Paul was a man that was on fire.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that the Apostle Paul was not on fire, man. That was a perfect example of a man of the Lord.
Right.
He outdid all the rest of them.
Right. This is Matthew 24 and 42.
And he had the most books.
Yeah.
Longest letters.
The longest letters, the
Corinthians
most
alone.
books. Let's go down the line. The book of Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians.
And that's the point, you know, and he made other good points too. But you have to want to do this thing, man. You can't treat it like it's a chore. Okay? And your demons hop on us all. And when you really don't feel like going out, but hey, when you get out there, you're like, man, that's a demon. Because overall, you look forward to going out. That's the best day of the week. Hey, I'm looking forward to doing it. Of course, man, you know, demon hop on you and make you feel tired. Damn, I gotta go out. But you don't have it. You don't approach it that way. You're supposed to be happy to be out there. Now, you're going to have your moments when you a little bit more, you know, fervent to go out in other times because, you know, the spirits change. Sometimes you may have a day that you may not be speaking as much. You know, you may have a tired day, but you still out there and you want to do the work. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out there like, oh, I don't want to be out here. Because that type of attitude shows, and then eventually you're going to fall out. You know what I'm saying? I notice when I go out there, and if I'm tired, but when I get to speaking, the spirit will hit me. Or if I'm just too fatigued, you know what I'm saying? I'll fall back, and I'll let brothers, you know, do a lot of the speaking, man. And that's what they're there for. Like we had a brother come up last week, you know, from Jeff, man. And a lot of times we have visitors. I kind of just let them speak, man. I kind of just take the backdrop, you know, because I'm like, I ain't got to always speak, man. You know what I'm saying? But then when it comes for me to come in or do what I have to, then I come in and I do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? But even then, when brothers are speaking, I get on fire. I'm like, yeah, man, I let me get some of that meat. You know what I'm saying? That's how you supposed to be for this thing. You're supposed to be fucking fervent, man. You know? You ain't supposed to be niggas not doing videos in 6 months, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's unacceptable, man. You got to get on fire for this thing because if not, the Most High is going to get rid of you. All right? So anyway, this is the book of Romans 12, and I'm going to start at verses, let's start at 11. It says here, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Okay, so let's look up that word fervent in the Greek. Okay, and I'm going to start at Acts 18, and let's go, 24. It says here, a certain Jew named Apollos, born in Alexandria, an eloquent man. Okay, look up what eloquent means. Matter of fact, I look it up. And mighty in the scriptures, came to Ephesus, man. So he was diligent. Okay, he was involved in it. He was in it, man. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta want to get in it. You gotta be interested in what you're learning. See, the problem with Jake is the school system has fucked him up. You know, the school system has totally destroyed Jake's mind to the point Jake don't even like to fucking read. You know, their attention deficit. They can't really pick it up and focus, man, because the chemicals and the foods, man. You know, and they teach you this boring bullshit in school. You sitting there 8 hours, man. You just have a disdain for studying, man. You know what I'm saying? But you'd be surprised on what you learn when you just look things up, take a few minutes to look things up. Like I find myself scrolling and researching certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'll beat myself up if I can't remember what the fuck I just read. I'm like, man, we got to get out of here. You know, but overall, man, you still subconsciously, you know what you're going into. Okay? So it says here, this man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the spirit, he spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. So, hey, man, you could say he was an understudy of that. So he only knew the baptism of John, man. Okay? He wasn't on the scene where he didn't come. The Lord was already gone and crucified and went to the spirit world when he came on the scene. That's why it says he only knowing the baptism of John. All right, and began to speak boldly in the synagogue. And when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of the Most High more perfectly. Right, because when Paul came and the Lord gave him the understanding of the Israelite foreigners and the rest of the gospel, that's when he got that whole 100%. Okay, because it says he only knew of the baptism of John, meaning he knew the truth, but it wasn't in depth until Paul or to the disciples or the men of the Lord at that time was able to break it down. All right. But nonetheless, it says he was fervent, man. And you're going to have brothers like that that's coming in and only have just a little bit, but when they come to us, hey, they going to get it all. Like some brothers may come from different camps. They may watch that camp, this camp. And then they're like, you know what? GMS is the camp. You know what I'm saying? This is where it is. This makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, he's here to stay. The spirit is with him. You know, for myself, I got blessed to come in strictly through Great Millstone. I probably seen one GOCC video, but that was when I didn't really know the difference between all the camps. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like they all were saying the same thing, but it sounds that way when you completely unlearn. You know what I'm saying? And then the spirit has had me looking strictly at GMS. I ain't never used to watch Nate, man. That shit just seemed off. You know, I was always watching the Great Millstone. Why? Because it was familiar. I was able to relate to it. And they were just rough, man. I was like, yeah, it make a lot of sense. And the brothers I ran into, Uriah and Yakia on the train ministry, man, hey, that they was in GMS. I ran right into the men of the Lord, man. And hey, call Allah Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, man. That I didn't have a poison of those other camps, some other groups. Because it's to say, if I did run into Nate and them, hey, I'd probably be on the delusion right now, calling on Christ and shit. So, hey, the Lord, he knows what he's doing. He said, yeah, man, we going to put certain guys in certain areas. You know, and out of their whole train ministry, only 2 fruit remain. That's Shapaya from Chicago, and that's myself. We the only 2 brothers that remain from the train ministry, man. So, hey, that shit is cold. The Lord, he's cold with it. But anyway, let's look up the word fervent in the Greek, and it goes into the word, I think, what is it, Zeos? Fervent, go down diligently. Yep, Zeo, which means here, it means to boil with heat, be hot. Use of water. Isn't water constantly flowing? Okay, it says use of boiling anger, love, zeal for what is good or bad. Okay, so you could be fervent in wickedness too. Like Yohanan, this nigga's fervent in wickedness. Fervent in spirit, set of zeal of what is good. Okay, so that's how we supposed to be. He said, I would prefer you show the same diligence unto the end, man. Roughly paraphrasing it. All right. And let's go again. Let's look up the word diligently and get a little bit understanding off that as well. Okay. Diligent goes into the Greek word akirobos, which means exactly, accurately, diligently, perfectly, circumspectly. Let's look up here. Diligent in a way that shows care and constancy in one's work or duties, meaning that you take pride in your work. Okay, you take charity, you take pride in your work, basically, and we should take pride in the work of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai. Okay, pride, when it's directed towards good use, is not a bad thing. You take pride in doing the work of the Lord. That's not off, man. You see what I'm saying? Because you're boasting in the Lord. All right. So let's go here. I think I read this already, but let's go look up slothful. Because if you slothful, man, the Lord is not going to deliver you. Okay? And slothful means lazy or sluggish. Okay? It says here, the hand of the diligent should bear rule, but the slothful should be under tribute. Slothful, basically, you're going to be a slave, man. Okay? Slothful, because you notice how You have levels of success, people that's diligent, that's fervent to learn certain things and apply it. And you got those mediocre people that just like, yeah, I'm cool with this, you know. They don't really take an interest in anything. They candle was kind of dim. You know, and it'd be like that when you work in Esau's job. It's to the point, man. It's like, man, I don't fuck with being a goddamn CEO of this company, man. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my bread and go home. So in certain cases, when it's working for the so-called white man, you may have that approach. But when it comes for this business, you got to be on fire for it, man. Okay? It says here, the way of a slothful man is a hedge of thorns, but the way of righteousness is made plain. And it kind of, you know, it kind of pisses you off when you see a guy slacking, man. You know, you understand you got times you slip, but when you slacking, it's like, damn, I'm picking up your slack, bro. We all got to be on one accord so we can help balance each other out because, hey, when this man is strong as you, then, hey, man, y'all all bearing a burden. You know, why should a man get a prize when he's only doing one goddamn show a week and then, you know, and going out, you know, or whatever, not going out in the winter. And then you got brothers out here, man. These men are up in age out there, diligent, man. Like Nate, you don't see him out there on the highways and the byways. You don't see Johanna out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't see none of these guys out there on the highways and the byways. But yet, you got older men of our leadership that's out there, man, up in age. They be moving around and shit, man. The infirmities, the concrete, we all do it. It's a thing of work. Okay, it takes real ethic to be out there in the cold, etc. Like they used to call us snow dummies. Well, hey, man. I'd rather be a snow dummy than be a nigga that's going to get lit on fire, man. That's going to get hit with some missiles. I'd rather be a snow dummy. I'd rather be cold in some cases than on fucking fire. All right, and that's enough. Proverbs 18:9, it says, he that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. So what's the point? Okay. Proverbs 21 and 25, it says, the desire of the slothful killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor, man. That's why the Lord said, hey, pray that the Lord bring laborers into the vineyard. Okay, because he says that, man, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. It's a lot of work to do, but very few. We're understaffed. But with that being said, man, we're going to reap a higher and a greater reward, man. Because, hey, the less of us going to reap, the bigger the blessings. You know, like you're going to have an influx of people that's getting ready to come in once the Most High start smiting a lot of these leaders from these different groups. Hey, they going to scatter like sheep, like we quoted the scripture. Hey, smite the shepherd and the sheep should scatter. And a lot of you shepherds are getting ready to get smitten, man. Like if you look at Nate, that nigga is looking like Charlie Murphy, man. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, dog, you bought it on yourself, man. And you still proud. All right, but I'm not even going to get into all that. That's not what this lesson is about. Let me bring out this one last precept, man. I think I've ranted enough. I have a tend to be long-winded. I'm trying to work on that and get to the point. But anyway, last precept, this is the book of Revelation 3. And I'm going to start at verses 15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. It says, I will rather thou were cold or hot. So the Lord prefer you to be either not in this thing, or if you're going to be in it, fully be in it. Okay? You don't be going through the fucking motions. Like a lot of Jake is going through the motions, man. Oh, well, you know, I'm just do X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying? See, that's not a kingship mentality, man. You got to want to supersede in things, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always had a motto that was ingrained in me to be the best in whatever I did, even if I suck at it. You know what I'm saying? And it would fucking bother me, man, if I wasn't the best. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that to be boastful, but that's the spirit. I always had that strive for perfection. I remember my psychology teacher told me a long time ago. She said, you ain't satisfied with the work, she said, because you're too much of a perfectionist. And I said, well, you goddamn right, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a value that was instilled for me longer, because anything less than, I would have been ridiculed or talk shit or cast it out. So it bothers me if I come in fucking third or second place, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel I trained to be the best. I want to be the best. And I'm just saying that in righteousness, not because it's some carnal shit. But even in carnality, it was like that, man. I was very competitive. You know what I'm saying? And my father was like that, man. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But when it comes to this truth, you got to have that same mindset. And when I say being the best, we're not talking about overside or superseding brothers. We're just talking about doing and putting your best foot forward, being satisfied with the works, you know? All right. And it reads here. And it says here, I know thy works that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou were cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So, hey, man, if you in between, Lord's going to get rid of you guys, man. All right. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Shalom. Baba Ball.